Hello and welcome. I am Ruben Banerjee, the Editor-in-Chief of Outlook, and I am back again with another issue of Outlook. This is the Independence Day special for us. It's August 15th and the entire nation is in a celebratory mood, and Outlook also celebrates India's 73rd Independence Day with this issue. It's a very serious topic. We are independent and we are celebrating 73 years of our independence, and we are asking, are we really free from hunger? What about azadi from hunger? Now this is a very, very serious issue, and we deliberately chose to dwell on this because the statistics are very, very startling. 1/3 of the world's malnourished population lives in India. And we have a fantastic, a great in-depth package on this, on hunger, malnutrition, and the person who did the story for us is Damayanti Datta. Damayanti, you traveled around the country for this story. What are your key takeaways? How grim the situation is?
The thing is, if you go in deep inside villages, and there are locations, for instance, we went to Jharkhand, and we went to families where people have died of hunger. Although the states are not accepting those as starvation deaths, but it is happening. In fact, starvation deaths have been happening in this country from the 90s, from the late 90s, slowly, and they are going up. But it's a complete anomaly, because in a country which is, which claims to be a superpower or would be superpower, we cannot have hunger, we cannot have malnourishment.
And there are many paradoxes, as your story points out. GDP has gone up, but our calorie intake
consumption
has gone down.
Yes.
And what we have is like 1/3 of India's children are stunted,
wasted, underweight, and huge amount of anemia in women and children.
And it's the problem is huge. And there is also a reason why we chose to do this, run this cover, because Outlook's journalism has always, we and as journalists in Outlook have always believed in taking up causes that matter to the people. And for the last few months we have got into this Outlook Poshan initiative. We have launched our Outlook Poshan initiative, where we decided that we will talk about Poshan, nutrition, and we were partly also we wanted to help the government, the central government's initiative, Poshan Abhiyan, because that wants to that initiative is aimed at eradicating malnutrition from this country. So we thought that we should also be chipping in with our contribution. And only last week, beginning of this month, we had a event in Delhi, Outlook Poshan Awards. It's the first of its kind in the country, where the event was attended by the Vice President of India, Sri Venkaiah Naidu, and many others, top dignitaries, experts, academics, nutrition warriors from all across the country. And we decided that we will pursue this story, this subject, this issue of malnutrition, till India actually becomes Suposhit Bharat. And this is our humble attempt to address this issue, red flag that it's a serious issue which has been happening, and we are possibly not even aware that how grim the situation is.
And
right?
For a change, the Prime Minister is talking about malnutrition for a long time. Smriti Irani is the minister is also talking about it, and it's a big thing for the first time, although India has many policies.
See, Poshan Abhiyan has been a kind of a landmark initiative by this government. But tell me, there have been several other, I believe 25 odd schemes and initiatives
since
in the past,
1962,
and none of them have worked. But why do you think that Poshan Abhiyan possibly gives us a ray of hope?
That is what I asked the Minister of Women and Child, Ms. Irani, and she said that this is for the first time. Lots of things are happening for the first time. It's a intra-ministerial effort which hasn't happened before, which is being led by the Prime Minister, so frictions are less. States are supporting each other, taking best practices from each other. Also, for the first time, they have set achievable targets per year, which has never happened before. Even when we had the 1975, the ICDS, the huge rollout, which is the world's largest, we have not ever had achievable annual targets?
Things are happening, but it's going to be a very, very tall task and a steep mountain to climb because the situation is pretty grim. And
But I would like to say in this context that it is actually glass half full as well as half empty. If you go to the poorest of the poor, it is glass half empty. They need all sorts of help from the ration cards, Aadhaar not getting linked, PDS system, terrible. But at the same time, a lot of innovations are happening across the country. As the minister was saying, that the civil society is doing a lot of work on behalf of the government. So we have also mentioned a lot
but then
of
the
those.
challenges are huge, as Damayanti story highlights. Given the current rate of decline in stunting, wasting and eradicating anemia, we will possibly not be able to tackle this or bring down these rates to single digit even by next 50 years, right?
Yeah, to 2040 at
to
least.
bring them down to single digits, we'll have to possibly double our efforts.
Exactly.
And the rate of decline currently have to be multiplied several times, right? So it's a huge challenge, but it affects millions and millions of millions of Indians. So this is something that we thought that it's Independence Day special issue for us, and we thought that we should be asking, what about azadi from hunger? And apart from this cover story, we have a whole lot of cover stories, as always packed with very interesting stories. So do pick up this issue of Outlook and you will not be disappointed. See you next week. Thank you.